Good afternoon, Big Brother fans. It is Friday, August 7th, and hopefully you've listened to my last podcast, which was recorded very, very early this morning, and I have still really only working on about 3.5 hours, maybe 4 hours of sleep, but I do feel better because I took a power nap this afternoon, which is part of that 3 hours of sleep, or 3.5, 4 hours. We have our new head of household, which is Latrice, but there is a shadow head of household, which is Taylor. At least it seems that way. And Taylor is trying to mold the nominations, and up until a few minutes ago, I was ready to say Latrice is putting up Drew and Barrett and Kamu, and her real target is Haley, who she wants to try to, we use the term backdoor, but it doesn't really work anymore because of the blockbuster, but it's still being used. It is basically not one of the first three nominees. It is basically, backdoor now means you go up with the power of veto, but you still have a chance to get yourself off, so it's not a true, quote, backdoor, which originally meant you have no chance to defend yourself and you're going home. However, in the last few minutes, there has been a bit of a flippity-floppy, potential. As I'm talking to you, Yash should come into the head of household room to talk to Latrice and saying, you really should consider putting up Chuck. Now, Latrice had said she wasn't going to target Chuck. She was giving him, she was not going to target him, or put him up at all. But I'm not saying she won't, because she could be talked into it. But initially, she said she wasn't going to. Currently, as I'm recording this, unless something's changed in the last 5 minutes, now Kamu has made his way up into the head of household room, and he is promising Latrice the world and wants to work with her. I think it was him and Yash and Latrice and Taylor as a Final Four alliance. Now look, these things change constantly, so by the time you hear this, it could have completely gone back to the original plan, and that's where I'm going. I will check in later tonight. I don't know if I'll do a podcast later tonight, or I'll just wait and do one before the Power Veto competition tomorrow. But we'll see. Nominations are yet to come. The time capsule is also yet to come, and we do not know who's going to win that. There's all kinds of opinions and speculations, but let's look at it this way. Well, and remember, it could be a punishment. If it's a punishment, it doesn't really matter, except for we know who got the most votes. If it's power, we probably won't know what the power is unless the person tells somebody else until Sunday. So I'm not that concerned about this right now. The odds of someone getting the power that I would have an issue with are pretty low. I do think that it's going to be someone like Mallory or Melody or Drew or Barrett. Those are my top 4 likely getters of a power. I don't think it's going to be Kamu or Haley or Chuck, which would be the other end of the spectrum or side, whatever you want to call it. What else to tell you? Have-nots. I got to look up have-nots again because I forgot. But no, have-nots are Barrett and Chuck, and I have to think 1 second. And Drew and Haley. That is your have-nots. I think they were assigned by Latrice. It was not the first 4 to go out in the HOH competition, which is what we were kind of expecting. But Taylor, the only one of the first 4 there that I mentioned is Barrett. So the first 4 to go out was Angela, Taylor, Barrett, and Devens. And you're not hearing me say Devens or Angela or Taylor in those have-not lists. Okay, so that's where we're at. We're waiting for the power to figure out if someone gets a power or punishment in the time capsule. We are waiting to see what Latrice's there you go. What Latrice's nominations are, and that will tell us a lot. This shouldn't be a crazy week. It shouldn't be. It may be, but it shouldn't be. But then again, could be completely wrong. It could be a wild and crazy week. Again, dare I mention that Camus is currently up in the HOH trying to get Taylor to put up. I think he's trying to get her to put up Haley and Chuck. He's in a bit of a pickle now because he's lost the faith of his alliance members and everything. That vote last night really messed with his game. But he's also trying to recover. Okay. We can have a race here. We're driving down the highway and people are passing rights and lefts and doing all kinds of things. I'm being careful. But this person that just passed me is driving a bit erratic. It's been a while since I talked about driving while driving, right? What else to tell you guys in general? I had a really good time last night watching the live show, watching the eviction. I didn't talk about this because I was so short last night, I don't think. The show was really good. I put it up there among one of my favorite nights in quite a long time when it comes to Big Brother. I'm thinking maybe the last time was maybe the pressure cooker, because that was just kind of fun to relive. But the way things went, with Drew winning the blockbuster competition, leaving Lyric and Melody on the block, Lyric getting blindsided. Sorry, Lyric. I mean, you know, but sacrifices have to be made. Watching Haley's face, completely stupefied, as I've said, at having lost her how she thought her HOH was going to go, and having her renom. Do you realize, and this has been pointed out by some people, that the renominated person, the person that has been the replacement nomination by the veto, has gone home every week, 4 weeks in a row now. So that would mean that if it were to hold for this week, we don't know who's going home yet because we haven't seen the replacement nominee. That's how, you know, so it's been kind of interesting. But again, it is what it is. I'm not this 3 nominee thing really messes with the head of household's power. It forces them to make 3 nominations, to have 4 names in mind. It really thins out how many allies you can have, because you're going to likely have to ask one of them to be a pawn, which the pawns go home. So that's what's up. Trying to think if there's anything else to tell you. I'm watching the watch back of the review of the post eviction was fun. Just I watched a little bit of it while I was waiting for the head of household competition. Sunday's night show should be. Oh, there's a show tonight too. I forgot. There's an unlocked show tonight. It starts in half an hour. So most of you will not hear this until it's already gone. But I will be watching that tonight, much later tonight, or maybe even tomorrow, because I am on my way to see the Odyssey in IMAX. Side note, 10 p.m. showing. I'm staying up really late again tonight. Crazy, I know. So we're going to do that. But I think Unlocked should be pretty good. They should have some stuff. And it's okay, because there's lots of stuff to have. And I don't feel like they've hidden things from us to hold it back for Unlocked, except for maybe the very initial post-eviction stuff. But if they show it tonight, that's okay, because I fully was ready to not see anything from 9 o'clock last night, or Big Brother time, until 4 a.m. I thought we could have been blocked out from everything. So I'm okay with this. I'm not going to be too angry. They didn't let us see Angela drop, because apparently she was off in the first 2 minutes. And they didn't let us see Camus drop at the end, sealing it for Latrice. That's annoying to a certain extent, because, again, we knew it within 30 seconds of the feeds coming back, because Latrice was wearing the key around her neck, and so we knew that she'd won. We just didn't get to see the actual victory. We'll have to wait until tonight's episode, or Sunday's episode. It is what it is. Anything else to tell you guys about? I think we're okay for now. I'm going to go off now and do other things. But again, I did have a good time last night. I watched the show. I live streamed on Twitch, watching the Head of Household competition. Now, I can't show the actual Head of Household competition, but I was watching it and talking about it, and there's lots of people engaging. As a matter of fact, I was on TikTok and Twitch and YouTube all at the same time, and 2 different cameras running. It was crazy. Lots of people participating in the chat, more on TikTok than anything else. I mean, I've got a really solid core of people that have been showing up on my Twitch to talk, but TikTok is where I'm pulling in the new faces. And so if any of you found this podcast now from seeing me on TikTok last night, thank you for checking it out. Although my fear is that most of those people gave up on this podcast about 2 minutes in, because we're 11 minutes in now, and TikTok is not known for longevity, for people with long attention spans. What else to tell you? I don't think anything else. I think it is time for me to go and get ready to watch this, quote, epic movie tonight in IMAX, 70 millimeter in Indianapolis. That's where I'll be. You guys all have a great, great Friday evening or Saturday or whenever you hear this. We'll have our Power Veto tomorrow competition. We still have to figure out about the power or a punishment. And we'll see if it holds true and Latrice puts up the people that she said she was going to initially. I mean, she already told Drew and Barrett that they were going up. And it's potential that while I'm talking to you, this is all changing again. So that's all right. It's okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Yep. I'm not saying it in the Reservoir Dogs versions of you're going to be okay. I'm saying it in the way of it's really going to be okay. That's it, guys. Have a good Friday night. Thank you for listening. Thank you for following. And we will talk to you guys either late tonight if something interesting happens and I feel like recording another one. Otherwise, we'll talk to you at some point on Saturday with, if nothing else, the Power Veto picks the nomination results, and if we know if it's a power punishment, know who got it. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.